Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back another video today, and today we're going to be previewing Houston Rockets Game 3 of the preseason against the New Orleans Pelicans, as the Houston Rockets will play at Toyota Center for the first time of the 2024-25 season. Although it is not the regular season, it's preseason. The first two games that the Rockets have played in the preseason were on the road in Utah and OKC, and now the Rockets will finish their last two preseason games at home against New Orleans and San Antonio. Expect the Rockets to, if they're going to have a, show out their true rotation or game plan for the regular season, for it to be in tonight's game and not in the final preseason game against the San Antonio Spurs. Reason I say that is because the Rockets played the San Antonio Spurs 3 times in the first 3 weeks of the regular season, so I don't know if the Rockets would really want to show a game plan or a potential rotation or, show the Spurs anything that, they might be planning on doing, just because the fact that the Rockets play them so many times so early on, which I don't understand. I love seeing I don't mind if the Rockets play the Spurs early on, whether it's once or twice, but the Rockets are going to play the Spurs 4 times. I like to see the Rockets play the Spurs later on the season. I love when the Rockets get to play them middle or later on in the season, and I think we're going to only see that once. I can't remember when the fourth and final matchup is, but I don't think it's at the end of the season. I think it's like in December or January, something like that. Maybe February. So, but I love when the Rockets get to play the Spurs in like March or April, the end of the season. So we're not going to see that this year. Anyways, Rockets play the Pelicans tonight. If you're expecting to, in these final 2 preseason games, to see what the rotation could be, then I think it would be tonight. No Tari Eason tonight, which is important. Tari Eason and Jock Landale are resting. I think we're going to see the same thing we saw in back-to-back preseason games. We saw first preseason game against the Jazz. We saw no Tari, no Jock Landale. Then the second preseason game against OKC, no Fred VanVleet, Steven Adams. I'm going to make a prediction right now. So no Jock Landale and Tari Eason tonight against New Orleans. I'm going to guess against the Spurs, Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams won't play. I'm sure we're going to see Fred VanVleet and Steven Adams tonight. But I don't expect those two guys to play the final preseason game against the Spurs on Thursday. I'm going to this game. I'm very excited. It's hard to preview it besides talking about, what you're going to see, who you're going to see, because starting line is pretty easy. I mean, unless someone's a late scratch, Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith Jr., Dylan Brooks, Alperen Sengun. Pelicans, Brandon Ingram's going to be making his preseason debut, so it should be the starting lineup of CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray, Brandon Ingram, Zion Williamson. And then that fifth starter, it should be interesting whether it's Herb Jones starting at center, because we did hear that Herb Jones is probably going to be starting at center, or it could be Daniel Tice. So we'll see who's starting at center for the Pelicans, whether it's Herb Jones or Daniel Tice, the former Houston Rocket. But as of, predictions for this game, it's really hard to make predictions when you don't know how long some of these players are going to play. And sometimes because, it's still 1 o'clock and, there's still 6 hours before tip, or almost a little bit before 6 hours before tip off. So things can change and, some players could get scratched that aren't now. The NBA is not as strict with, injuries or, players that are going to play or not going to play in the preseason as they're in the regular season. Like, there'd be more of a, easy way to tell if some players were going to be playing or not be playing, if it was the regular season compared to preseason. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets preseason game. I'm excited to be there. Let me know if you're going to be there as well. That's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Rockets.